Hello, my lovelies. It's Susanna, and today I want to show you how to calculate this without a calculator. We have 43 factorial. This exclamation mark is factorial, and we're going to take a look at this in detail, what this means. But first of all, let's take a look at the denominator, where we have 41 factorial plus 42 factorial. Okay, let's start with 43 factorial. This means that you take this number here, the 43, and you always multiply it by the next smaller number. So in our case, by 42. And you multiply it by the next smaller number, by 41, multiplied by 40, and so on. And you do this until you get down to 1. This product is 43 factorial. And because we don't have a calculator here, we don't want to calculate this huge product here. So we hope that because we have a fraction here, we can cancel some things out. So we have to see the 41 factorial down here, for example. Is the 41 factorial a part of this 43 factorial? Maybe. What is 41 factorial? It is, you start with this number with a 41, so with a 41, and you multiply this number by the next smaller number, and you multiply it by the next smaller number, and so on until you get down to the 1. So this here, this part here, is actually 41 factorial. Okay, so the 41 factorial is actually a part of the 43 factorial. Let's write this down. So the 43 factorial can be written as 43 times 42 times, and instead of this huge thing, we write this as 41 factorial. So the 41 factorial is in here. It is also down here, so I just write this 41 factorial like this here again. And what about the 42 factorial? Well, let's see. 42 factorial means we start with the 42 and we multiply it by the next smaller number, we multiply it by the next smaller number, and so on until we get down to 1. And here we have the same thing. We have 41 times 40 and so on in here. So we have the 41 factorial in here as well. So the 42 factorial can be written as 42 times, and instead of this green thing, we write it as 41 factorial as well. So we have the 41 factorial in here, and in here as well. What can we do with this now? Well, we have to be careful. Because we have this plus in here, we are not allowed to just cancel this 41 factorial with this 41 factorial, because we would only be allowed to do that if we had a multiplication here. But that's not the case. So what can we do instead? Well, we have to make sure that we get a product in the denominator, because in the numerator we have multiplication symbols here everywhere. So the numerator is fine so far. We can just write it down as it is, but we need a product in the denominator. And because the 41 factorial is in here and is also in here, we can factor out the 41 factorial. So let's do this. Let's factor this green part out. And what is left in my parentheses then? We have the plus here in the middle, so let's write down the plus already. Here we had one of these 41 factorials in here. So if we factor this out, only the 1 is left. And back here, if we factor this out, only the 42 is left. And now we can calculate this. 1 plus 42 equals 43. This is an easy calculation. We don't need the parentheses, so I can delete them as well. And now we have multiplications everywhere here, so now we are allowed to just cancel things out. The 41 factorial, for example, and the 43 as well, so the only thing that is left is the beautiful number of 42. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me a lot. I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Take care!